Hello.
Hi, I'm Mr. Goder, and I'm the band teacher at Wilbur Middle School.
And I'm Mrs. Amir Foote, and I'm the orchestra teacher at Wilbur Middle School.
And we've made this video for you today so you can hear and see the sounds of the band and orchestra and the individual instruments that you might be able to play next year.
And we're going to be back at the end of the video so that we can tell you a little bit more information about how to get started in orchestra or band. These kids play the violin. Viola. Ready? These kids play the cello. 2. we play the bass.
Band, horns up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. First we are going to give you an example of the flute, which is a woodwind instrument, and we are playing Hallelujah Chorus. 1, 2, ready, go. Next, we are going to show you another member of the woodwind family, the clarinet. Clarinet produces a sound with a reed, which is a little strip of wood that when you place in your mouth and blow across it, it vibrates to make the tone. We have two kinds of clarinets here today. We have the bass clarinet, which is a bigger, lower sounding clarinet, and your standard clarinets. 1, 2, ready, go. We have one more member of the woodwind family, the saxophone. We have 3 different types of saxophones here today. We have a bari saxophone, which is the biggest one, and a tenor saxophone, which is our medium-sized saxophone member, and then the more common alto saxophone. The rest are playing down here on the end. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and go. Now we're moving on to the brass family. We're starting with the highest member of the brass family, the trumpet. On all of the brass instruments, you buzz your lips like that into a mouthpiece. These ladies are going to demonstrate this. All right. makes kind of a funny sound, but then when you put it into the instrument, it sounds like a beautiful brass instrument. 1, 2, ready, go. Good, good. Our last group to perform for you is our low brass and low woodwind. Some of these instruments you've already seen, but we are going to start on this side with the trombone. The trombone is a very unique instrument because instead of having buttons to press, it has a slide. They're going to demonstrate one of the cool things you can do with a slide. Ready? Go. All right, so that's the trombone. Then you've seen the tenor and the bass clarinet as part of the woodwind family. This is another brass instrument, the baritone. It's the same size as the trombone, but it actually has buttons like a trumpet. And then down on the end, the big daddy of the band, the tuba. Here we go, guys. Ready, and 1, 2, ready, go. Our final member is percussion family. Now, during the performance of Shut Up and Dance, you heard the drum line performing. Now they have moved to the bells and the xylophone, which is another instrument that percussionists play in band. 1, 2, ready, go. How do you get signed up to be in our wonderful band and orchestra classes?
You have to sign up when the counselors come to your school to enroll you for either band or orchestra. And orchestra might be called strings on your enrollment form, so just so you know, that's what you'd be wanting to check off when it's time to enroll. Who can sign up for band or orchestra, Mr. Goder?
Any and all of you can sign up for band and orchestra. We would have to have as many of you as possible sign up for our classes.
Just a heads up, you will have to omit PE from your schedule for 6th grade only. It is also a one-year class, and everything that we do in orchestra and band builds year to year, so you can't join later on. It's important that you know that this is the time to join if you want to start in on a band instrument or an orchestra instrument.
So a lot of times kids will ask us, do you have to already know how to play a band or string instrument to join our class?
No, we're going to build on everything you've learned in elementary music and then be using that to teach you how to play a brand new instrument in one of our classes.
So your first question is probably going to be, how do I get an instrument? So we're going to tell you a couple of those ways that you can get an instrument to play next year in band or orchestra.
So if you already have an instrument at home that you would like to use in one of our classes, please go ahead and contact us through your music teacher, or you can go to a music store with that instrument and make sure it's ready to play in class. The other option, Mr. Goder, do you want to talk about School Service Center?
You can rent an instrument from the Wichita Public Schools, and it's very affordable. The cost is just $50 for the entire year, or $25 if you're on a reduced pay lunch, or just $15 if you're free lunch. We will make it affordable for you, and you can rent a violin, viola, cello, or bass, or in band, you can rent a flute, clarinet, a trumpet, a trombone, baritone, or a tuba.
There are a couple of band instruments that you can't rent.
The saxophone and percussion, which are two instruments you've seen previously in the video, those we don't rent. So if you're really interested in those, you would have to obtain your own instrument from a music store or wherever you can find an instrument for yourself.
And there's also a couple of one-year rentals. Violin in the orchestra can only be rented out in your first year of playing, and after that, the expectation is that parents will purchase and provide their own for their student in 7th and 8th grade and beyond. And there's a couple of instruments in band.
In band, yes, flute, clarinet, trumpet, and trombone are just for 6th graders. So once you become involved in our classes, then you'll be able to get your own instrument in the future. So.
And we can advise you on where to go and what kind of instrument you want to go after quality-wise.
If you've got any further questions about band or orchestra, please ask your music teacher. They will probably have those answers for you, and if they don't, they will know how to contact us so we can get you those answers.
And we're excited to see you all in April for our petting zoo, where you'll get to try out these instruments all on your own.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.